Hey there, it's Cenk here with a quick overview over our affiliate marketing mastermind, specifically for the fitness and weight loss niche. So let's begin with the why. Why am I doing this? Where am I coming from? And why is this possibly useful to you? So as you may know, I had a couple of sites, actually I had many sites, hundreds, but two of those were anticandida.org and facialhyperhidrosis.net. Anticandida.org promoted Linda Allen's Yeast No More. Fantastic product, really does work, and I was happy to promote that. And the other one was facial hyperhidrosis, which was a product on how to stop sweating in the face. Again, good product, solid, promoted it. Now, there were two problems here. The first one is they were great products in themselves, and the sites were great, and they were making money on an almost daily basis. But they were one-shot offers in the sense of when I got people in, I could sell them this product and nothing else. And that was a bit like, I'm making all this effort and, I'm getting one payment from it. Now, when I say all that effort, that is problem number two. Basically, these sites relied on search engine optimization traffic, SEO, and basically getting traffic from Google and Bing. Now, that takes a lot of effort. There's always competition, especially in the Candida niche. So I was putting a lot of effort in there, and at some point, Google decided, well, no matter how much effort you put in there, these are still very thin sites. There's no real authority here, and as a result, we're not going to show your results anymore. And boom, my business was gone. So overnight, these beautiful recurring and regular, well, not recurring, regular income streams suddenly died off. And in a way, it was a blessing in disguise, because then I started focusing on other ways of doing it. So if I now look at, like I said in the beginning, the weight loss niche, right? Weight loss and fitness niche, on the other hand, in my opinion, is much better than these two. First of all, there is a cultural reminder all year round. Cultural in the sense of it's in our culture to have things like New Year's resolutions. It's in our culture to, when you go to the beach in the summer, you want to be fit and look, fairly trim, something along those lines. But also, there are many other things, like, for example, weddings and proms and all that kind of thing, where people want to get into shape. That's number one. So there's no convincing required here. And also, it's all around you in the sense of when you think about, for example, the Candida thing. I mean, people start looking for a solution when they have a yeast problem, or people start looking for a solution when they have a sweating in the face, profuse sweating in the face problem. But this kind of thing, it's not only when they're looking, they're constantly being reminded that this is something they should be looking for. Now, the other one is that you have endless follow-up opportunities. With anti-candida, etc., there you go. You bought the product, your problem is solved, now we're done. With fitness and weight loss, it's virtually endless. I mean, now you've lost some weight, now you want to tighten your skin. You want to have younger looking skin. You want to work on your six-pack. You want to work on your shoulders. You want to have that Hollywood look. You want to be stretchy and jumpy like a parkour runner. Endless. I mean, it's virtually endless. Now, before you think, man, fight, it's all very well, but you're coming from a very commercial perspective here. It's all about me. It's not. I'll give you one example. A couple of years ago, I did a sort of a fasting program where I lost 20 plus pounds in about 3 weeks. So I put that out to my list and said, look, this is what I did. And a couple of people jumped on it. And here's a bit of feedback I got from Roger. He said, I started the diet on May the 3rd, and as of this morning, June the 9th, I've lost a total of 22 pounds. And he was really happy, which was brilliant. I mean, you can really help people with the right products. And that's basically my fundamental philosophy with all of this. So, basically, what happened is a couple of weeks ago, a colleague of mine who's a fantastic copywriter, and he's focused on niches like the weight loss niche. He basically had a bunch of email sequences, or a sequence of 37 different emails. And I basically struck a deal with him. I said, look, I would like to release this to my list. And we came to an agreement. And that agreement is now I can sell this to my list. However, there's a bit of a condition, which I'll get to in a second. Anyway, we have these 37 done for you emails, and they cover 11 top converting ClickBank products, which I'll show you in a second. And that's exactly what I'm talking about when I say there are endless follow-up opportunities. Now, along with follow-up, of course, goes the know, like, and trust factor. You want to build that know, like, and trust factor so people keep opening your emails, and I'll cover that in a second as well. So main emails, the 37 emails, they are a mix of pitch and content. And the content is already aimed at building the know, like, and trust factor, the authority, the expertise. But we'll do even more on top of that. And then, of course, they are written to sell these 11 different products. Also included is a lead magnet and a squeeze page. And although in itself it's good, it's a good starting point, we'll do even better. And I'll tell you about the whole idea behind this thing in a second, right? So, the condition I mentioned is I must not sell these 37 done-for-you emails for less than $97. And that would actually be a fair price. You know, $3, it's roughly $3, it's less than $3 per email. You know, good luck, it's $2.50. Write them yourself, and they are very good. It's by someone who is in that niche, who knows what the pain points are, etc. It's great stuff, and I'll show you those in a second. Actually, I'll show you the overview here, right? So these are the 11 products that are being covered, and as you can see by the page numbers there, there's a lot more than just the emails. There's a lot of background information, the insights into that market, etc. So this in itself is absolutely worth $97. But then I thought, well, oh, by the way, yeah, here they are. This is what you're getting. You're getting the emails in Word, in PDF, and the squeeze page. Now, I thought, why don't we add something? Because I'm doing this for my list. Hey, let's add something cool to it. And here it is. Like I said, the key thing is to build that know, like, and trust factor. And why don't we build a little bit of a mastermind where we get more of that know, like, and trust content? So here's an example of what I mean. Here's a video that I found yesterday, and yesterday they had about 7.5 million views. Today it's 8.5 million views. So this clearly is very, very popular. And all it is, it's basically a video of two people who had a training program where they trained like superheroes for 30 days. And the superheroes is basically the actors in one of those superhero movies. I can't, you know, with Captain America, etc. So they basically trained like those guys to figure out how to get into that superhero shape. And that's all it is. And here's the key thing. In this video, there is no hardcore pitching. And secondly, there is, they're being real. They're being authentic. So, you know, this lady, the one you see on the screen, she's in one shot where she's in her car at 6 o'clock in the morning, goes, oh man, if only I'd known it means getting up so early. And, you know, I'm really not ready for this. Or it's basically two. The other one is a guy. He then goes, oh, my shoulders hurt so much. I can barely lift my arms. So they're being real and they're being authentic. And the end result you see here is like 8.5 million views. And this is the kind of stuff people share, as opposed to the usual pitch stuff you see online. So just in case you're not so familiar with my work, you know, am I in a position to talk about know, like, and trust? Here's just a couple of examples. Inside the Attract and Nurture workshop, you know, Tom just joined and said, thanks for all the great work you do for us, Fight. I honestly look forward to your messages in my inbox. That feeling is pretty rare, I'm afraid. Okay, so I do actually preach, do what I preach, in the sense of I build know, like, and trust not as a tool to persuade people, but because that is important to me, right? And Leanne says exactly, you know, you're lucky to have found Fight. Anyway, so the component number 2 is more know, like, and trust content. And what I've got in mind is that we do a sort of almost a mastermind, that everyone contributes to a central place where we put things like, for example, that video out there. The video I've just shown you, that is something you can share with your list because there's no pitch for another product, but it's great content, it's popular content. So what we do is we collect that kind of content, because then you can, you know, pad out your emails. Now, the mastermind idea works, in my opinion, because, well, you know, let's face it, the fitness industry is enormous. It's a $60 billion industry. So there's enough to go around for all of us. And then we use that content, we collect somewhere in the middle being me in this case, to pad out our content, to add to those 37 messages. Because, you know, if you can stretch this out over a whole year, why not? And build even more know, like, and trust factor. I mean, you can use this on your landing pages for lead gen, etc. So, component number 3 to round this whole thing out then would be that we look at the whole side of lead gen. And the big problem with lead gen is, well, everyone is on Facebook, but you can't put a weight loss offer on Facebook. They won't allow it, right? So, we want something that is Facebook compliant. And for that, I have a sneaky new little method. It's not really that new. I discovered this about a year ago, and it's working beautifully in so many different niches. And it's a nice little method for getting prospects in and building know, like, and trust at the same time. So when they come to your offer, it's like, yeah, of course, I trust this person. And again, like I said before, it's not a persuasion tool. It's not to trick people into doing something, but no, they actually look to you and go, all right, this makes sense. Now, there is a added, and I would say massive side benefit to all of this. What we're doing so far is we're looking at those 37 emails, and in front of those 37 emails, we put a lead gen system on, based on Facebook ads. The one thing so many people struggle with is that, when they hear, well, I need to pay $1 per click, or I need to pay 5 cents per click, or whatever, they go, over the long run or long term, I can't afford it. And then the standard response by the gurus is, well, you need to know your numbers. If you know you can afford, or you make whatever, $10 per subscriber, then you can afford to pay $9 to acquire a new customer. But most people don't know that kind of thing. And because we're keeping this thing so incredibly simple, you will have a lead gen system at the beginning, this new secret method, and then those 37 emails at the end. So there are not many moving parts, and as a result, you can quickly get to the point where you know your numbers. Any new subscriber is worth X dollars to me. You just look at your ClickBank dashboard and thank you very much. And that is a massive benefit, because now you can go, right, I make this much money per subscriber on average, and as a result, I can spend this much money to acquire new customers. Alrighty. With all of this, you are hence building an asset, and that's the key thing, right? In the beginning, I told you I absolutely hated the situation of, I especially hated the moment I woke up and went to my webmaster account and it's like, your sites have been blacklisted, they are gone forever, no more traffic. So I hated the being at the mercy of Google, of that free traffic. And basically the problem there is it's traffic arbitrage. You funnel traffic to an offer and you don't capture any leads in the middle. And that's why I'm suggesting this model here, where you capture emails and then you build that know, like, and trust factor, and then you have a real asset that is under your control. Alrighty, here's what you're getting. You're getting immediate access to the email sequences, those 37 ready, done for your emails. They come with I call it the 100% action satisfaction guarantee, right? Here's the thing. When you get those emails, you have them. It's not like, oh, I didn't like them, I give them back. No, well, they're digital, they're on your computer. So although I, of course, want to make sure you have a satisfaction guarantee, I'm going to give you an action satisfaction guarantee. So if you say, I don't like those emails, I've read through them, I think they're great, they're a fantastic starting point. If you, for some reason, say they're not going to work for me, then I would like you to show me that they don't work for you, right? Then I would like you to show me some stats that you put some traffic into these sequences and they didn't work. It's just to keep it, the whole thing fair, because the moment you have access to the email sequences, I don't want to have an immediate refund. Oh, I don't think they're going to work. No, what you're committing to here is that you're actually doing this. So you also will have immediate email access to me. So any questions, you have ideas, both around the emails as well as the lead gen part, the sneaky email or lead gen bit I'm going to share with you in a second. You will have immediate email access to me. And towards the end of next week, you will then have the recordings for that lead gen system. I still need to record that whole thing. I've seen so many different moving parts, so I need to streamline that and make it into a nice, simple method for you. It is very simple in principle, but I'm going to put that into a nice membership site, and then you've got that. So, as an extra bonus, you have immediate access to the how to come up with ideas for lead gen. It's a recording I created for the Attract and Nurture workshop. It's a roughly 25 minute basic or sort of a foundational video on how to come up with ideas for lead gen. Because the biggest problem people have in the marketplace is they put out an offer and it doesn't resonate with the market. The market just goes, well, why would I click on this? So I'll give you an example or two examples here. Here are just a couple of emails I saw in my inbox. I'm subscribed to countless weight loss and fitness lists. So this one here says brown eggs versus white eggs, and it immediately caught my attention. And what they do in this email is they basically get you to pay attention to this one thing and then guide you over to a totally different problem, which is the bananas at the bottom. And now we're on the topic of foods. So they get me with the hook where I'm going, what is all this about? And the idea of this workshop bonus is to figure out what kind of angles and hooks you can use to capture people's attention. Here's another one, unprotected sugar. And if you are in the Attract and Nurture workshop and you've already watched that video, I mean, please do watch that video. It is super, super important. You will immediately recognize what the unprotected does in the sugar sense. Just that headline, the unprotected sugar, is genius. It truly is genius. So you need to go and watch that video, and then you'll understand why it is genius. So there you go. So this whole thing, for me and for you, is a pilot program. I've never released this before, and it's the first time. So as it is new, I'm going to do a special offer, and that is you will get individual feedback. You have direct access to me. You already have my email address. You're on my list, and I will give you feedback whenever you have a question. Now, I'm going to limit this, obviously, otherwise, I'm getting too many questions, to 30 people. And because it's limited to 30, I'm going to give some preference to some. And that is basically first tips goes to those who expressed interest in the first place. So I've had a couple of people ask me about this, and yes, because they were interested, they get first access, and the Attract and Nurture workshop members will get direct access as well, or first access. And the Attract and Nurture workshop people also get a 25% discount. So look for the link inside the Attract and Nurture workshop Facebook group. There'll be a special link where you get the discount. After that, if there are if there's still spots left, they will be available for the rest of my list. All right. The reason I'm opening this up to everyone is because, well, initially it was when I asked my list, it was, are you interested in 37 done for your emails? And that's those who expressed interest. They're the ones on that sub list. But now, since I've added all that extra stuff, the lead gen part and the mastermind where we collect ideas and share ideas, well, that is now possibly of interest to the entire list, and that's why I'm sending that to my entire list. Now, if you don't get into the first 30, I will open this up in the near future. This whole thing, I'll show you in a second when I'm releasing this. Actually, let's do this now. So the individual feedback version I will be selling for $397, right? And this is now included. That individual feedback is now included in the $97 version, which I can't sell for any less than $97 because that's the condition for even releasing these emails. So the whole thing will never be sold for less than $97, and the individual feedback, which is included right now, will never be sold for less than $397. This pilot version is available until the 21st of January. So meaning if you don't get into the 30, you will have that opportunity from the 21st of January, but then there's not going to be the individual feedback. Alrighty? So there's a link down below and you can enroll there. And if you have any questions, just send me an email. Alrighty, cheers, bye.